Hello and welcome to Titanium Taros Tarot, and today I will be doing a Are You Knocking Yourself Out of Your Intuitiveness This Week and How video. Alright, so for this I'll be using some concepts from SuperConscious Education brought to us by Christopher Duncan. I will also be using my intuition mainly, and with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let us get into the cards and no cards today, just concepts and intuition, okay? So the first group of individuals I will be divining for are my perfectionists. The individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. Alright? So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? No. No, you are not. With a slight tinge of a maybe. So, towards the end of the week, when you start getting a little too confident in your abilities, I suggest you double down on making sure that you are actually using your intuition and you're not listening to your egoic self. Alright? So that is that. But, how might my perfectionists be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Alright, we're gonna use these bits of paper. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists. How might they be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? And you got conditional choice, and you are responding. Condition. You are responding to a conditional choice that you must make. So, you have to be on your toes and you have to be attentive to what it is that's happening to make sure that you keep yourself in alignment with what you actually want to create. Okay. So that was it for my perfectionists. Now, on to my helpers. The individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any given situation at any time. Alright, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Are they? Yep. Maybe. No. So this might be you guys are divided into three groups or three subcategories of helpers, in which case you need to be extremely attentive to what might happen that might knock you out of your intuitiveness. And so I get a flop, like nothing turned right side up, which would indicate that it's really you really have to be conscious about every little thing you do so that someone else can be amazed by you. Baby, everything that you do, every little thing that you do, maybe I'm amazed by you. I'm not too sure of how the song goes, the melody goes, but that's what I heard while I was channeling for you guys, okay? So that was it for my helpers. Now on to the achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Are they? Yes, no, yes, and maybe, and no. So yet again, we have 3 subcategories of achievers. Interesting factoid. Anyway, so how might they be knocking themselves out? How? Oh, you guys got choice, huh? Well, stuff turned right side up for you guys. That's why I made that comment. So we got, you're being direct. You feel forced to choose by default. And you're trying to not follow universal signs, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. So that was it for my achievers. So now on to my individualists. The individuals who intuitively know how to what to put in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, and how to get others interested in it as well, as well for what aim and what purpose, okay? So please, first of all, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good, are my individualists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yes. Excuse me. A no and a maybe. So yet again, 3 separate subcategories of individualists. You are going to have to check yourself before you wreck yourself, is what I'm hearing. So how might they be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? We got universal signs and resolving a negative belief about yourself. So are you using universal signs brought to you by other people? And are you basing your decision to change something on that? And quote unquote resolve a negative belief about yourself in regards to that? Because a belief is something that you think, right? And a character trait is neither good nor bad. It is what it is. And even if it's seen as negative by the people around you, it can also be used for good if you know how to tap into that strength. Okay? Sometimes being able to be demanding is a pain in the ass for others, but when it's needed for them to get what they have paid for, it could be a blessing, right? Like, I remember one time I had taken a trip to France, and I was there with with classmates, and we had ordered some dinner, and they gave us everyone else's dinner except one of my classmates' dinner. And she's like, well, now let's just leave. Let's not make them anymore. And then I was like, no, you paid for it. Didn't you pay for it? She's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, if you paid, they need to complete the transaction. You can't just give them money and expect nothing in return. So I went to the cash and I was like, hey, my friend paid. She did not get her dinner. Can you please make that happen? And they made that happen. And we were watching, so it was like an open kitchen concept. So we would have seen if they had done anything. But in reality, she did pay. So she had to, they had to, comply. Anyway, so And interestingly enough, I say this for the individualists, right? And on this trip, so we went to France, but we went to the Cannes Film Festival, which was in France. And so, but it's individualists, people like to be in the spotlight, people like to, you know, have all eyes on them and whatnot. So, I mean, I just find that interesting. It's a connection. So, it's just quaint. Okay, so that was it for my individualists. Now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, where to research it, how long, with what methodology, for what aim, and what purpose. Okay? So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yep, maybe, and a no. I'm getting that this is going to be at 3 different times. It's not 3 different groups. It's 3 different times. So you might be either or in the week, but you need to be attentive how you are doing with your observation skills in regards to when realizing when you are knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness. All right, my investigators. So how might this knocking out of your intuitiveness be happening, my investigators? And you got reacting versus responding. Well, you're fine with your beliefs, but you're trying to consciously choose a condition to best serve your current want or need, if that makes any sense at all. I'm just relaying the message I'm getting, okay? I mean, it's a method. Alright, so that was it for my investigators. Now on to my loyalists. The individuals who intuitively know what to stay loyal to, how long to stay loyal to it, how to get others to be loyal to it as well, and how to get others to be loyal to it as well, and for what aim and what purpose. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share. Please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a definite yes. No. And it's like tinge of a maybe. So I get that for you guys, it's mainly yes or no. So yet again, be mindful of how you feel at any given moment. You know? Yeah. So that is what I got. So what is it exactly that's knocking them out of their intuitiveness, please? And we got conditional choice, conscious. So you're consciously choosing a condition in order to alleviate something else, is what I heard / got. More like got, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that was it for my loyalists. Now on to my enthusiasts. The individuals who intuitively know what to be enthusiastic about, how to get others enthusiastic about it as well, with what method to get them enthusiastic about it, and for what aim and purpose. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a maybe. I don't know. Actually, no. It's a no with a maybe. So towards the beginning of the week, you aren't, but towards the end of the week, you are. So be mindful of that. So how might this be happening, please? And you got, okay, so you got indirectness, choice through default, conditional choice, and reaction. Reacting versus responding. You got, as I mentioned, conditional choice, choice through default. So you are choosing something through default because you feel like there is a condition that you need to abide by. And with that condition, with that choice through default, you're reacting to something that you noticed through a universal sign, meaning not something that you were intuitively guided towards, which you're trying to hide a little by being indirect about it, but people are noticing it like right off the bat, and they're like, hey, something's up. What's going on? Are you okay? So that is what I got from my enthusiasts. Now on to my protectors. Yes. My protectors are the individuals who intuitively know what to keep safe, how long to keep it safe, for what aim, what purpose, and what methodology to use in order to keep it safe. Alright, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good, are my protectors knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a nope, a yes, and a slight tinge of it maybe. So, I mean, this is like, it's a free-for-all, is what I'm getting. Anything can happen. Anything could happen. Anything can happen when you move to the beat. Anything can happen. Yeah, I don't know where that's from. I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah. So anything can happen. So how might this be coming about? Please, God, angels, and guides. And you got universal sign, resolving a negative belief about yourself. Universal sign, resolving a negative belief about yourself. So are you following universal signs and resolving a negative belief about yourself? This was something that I picked up earlier from someone else. Can't remember who. I think it was my helpers. I'm not sure. Why are you trying to resolve something about yourself? Fixing a problem is never the thing. It's a very fine line between getting the outcome you want, and generally it would be best you do it through creating, but some people don't see the distinction between the creative process and the resolving process, because when you resolve something, you are indirectly keeping the problem alive and necessary for you to solve whatever you need to solve. But if you create, you kind of take the whole problem aspect of it out, and you can just create what you want, which is actually what you really want to do. You want to create more of what you want. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. So that was it for my protectors. Now on to my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. Alright, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share. Are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a maybe, a no, and a yes. So it's like, it's the opposite who was it who had the, anyway, someone had the yes, maybe no aspect. You guys had the opposite. Reverse psychology, I guess. So just be mindful during the week. I'm getting that it's like a sequence. So just make sure that you are attentive to whatever is kicking you out of your intuitiveness, is what I'm getting. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share what or how are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week. Okay. Oh, you got a flop. Another one. Just be mindful, because I feel like it's going to be a very slippery road towards your knocking out. I feel like you're knocking yourself out because you're trying to be perfect in all aspects of your reality, but that cannot be done this week, is what I'm getting. So I'm getting prioritize what you are going to not knock yourself out of your intuitiveness for, and also the ones that you will be allowing, like the small stuff that won't necessarily have a big impact on you. You can let those fly, but like bigger decisions of more magnitude and more importance, well, you'll need to be more on the ball about, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys today for this video series. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Okay? Bye.